here are the 3 habits that absolutely changed everything for me. These doubled my income, strengthened my relationships, and improved my physique drastically. Now, I must warn you, I'm not about to tell you that you have to make your bed every morning, meditate for 10 minutes a day, take cold showers, write down 3 things you're grateful for, or any of that shit you've probably heard a million times before, because I did all of it. I read every self-help book, listened to every podcast on how to make your life better and how to finally start living the life of your dreams. But a year later, I was still making the same money and I was still just as happy, or not as happy as I was before I started doing all of that. And to be honest, I just felt stuck, which is super frustrating because you're doing everything you're meant to. You're putting the time and effort into all these little habits. You're reading the books, you're listening to the podcasts, you're going to the seminars, and you're still in the same place. So how did I fix it? Well, basically, to get to here, I hit rock bottom. Borderline alcoholic, abusive relationships, getting myself into all sorts of trouble, basically an absolute shit show, but that's a story for another day. But honestly, it's the best thing that ever happened to me because it made me realize that there are actually only 2 things that can make you change, and it's not making your bed every morning. It's simply chasing what you want or running away from what you don't want. And it's very important to know which one works best for you. And of course they can both work, but you really need to lean into one of them or both of them and almost poke them to bring out the best you. Now, when I say the best version of you, all I mean is changing and starting to become that person you want to be. So for me, it was this one. It was the fears. Fear of not being enough, fear of letting my parents down, fear of getting to the end of the line one day and being like, fuck, I regret so much. I should have done so much more. I could have done so much more. To me, that one is such a bigger driver than the pleasures, which is what you want. The dream house, the dream car, the dream wife, the dream job, the dream vacation. Once you simply realize these 2 things are the only things that can actually get you to change, it'll be so much easier for you to make progress because you can start leaning into them and actually using them to benefit you rather than to hold you back even more. Side note, for a lot of people, not just myself, a lot of my clients tell me this as well, it's this one, the fears that actually drive you a lot more and are a lot more quote unquote motivating than the pleasures. But the thing is, they don't feel good to think about. And that's when I said poke them, that's what I mean. Really think about them, sit there with your thoughts and really take it in, because let's be real, no one wants to sit there and actually think about what is it gonna feel like if I get to the end of the line one day and I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm thinking, I really could have done a lot more. I really should have started that business I wanted to start. I really should have talked to that girl I wanted to talk to. Who knows what could my life have been? That is a scary thought, and I think most people try and avoid it. But that's habit number 1. Probably not what you were thinking, right? Figure out which one of these pushes you furthermore and lean into it. Habit number 2, start taking away stuff instead of continually adding more. Most self-help books and videos that I consumed always had you adding more habits, doing more things, but they never took anything away. And the funny thing is, whenever I speak to new clients or people about their fitness goals, the biggest reason why they can't get into shape from what they say is they don't have enough time. So how is adding more shit to do gonna help? Let's say your current biggest goal is to get in the best shape of your life. So you set a weekly habit of training 4 or 5 times per week. Now imagine if you had to wake up, meditate for 10 minutes, make your bed, write down 3 goals, message 3 people that you're grateful for, then drive to the gym, versus wake up, get dressed, drive to the gym. You'd literally be on your 3rd exercise before you got to your gratitude journaling. Now, I'm not saying that cold showers, meditation, journaling, those kind of things can't help. All I'm saying is I think you should focus on taking stuff away rather than continually trying to add stuff on top of your plate if you're already struggling with time or the lack of urgency to get stuff done. And if you follow me on IG, which you should, you'll probably notice that over the last 100 days or so, I've been doing ice baths consistently every single day. So I'm not saying these things shouldn't be implemented and they can't work. I'm just saying you have to implement them very wisely. Habits to me are like supplements. Some are absolutely great and they should be kept in year round. Some are absolutely trash and they're a waste of time. And like supplements, if you don't already have the basics down packed, they'll do nothing. So if you want to change your life, before you start writing down all this extra stuff to do, see if you can start taking away some useful stuff that isn't serving you. An actionable step you can start straight away that has helped a bunch of my clients is 30 minutes of no social media before bed. That's not adding anything to it. It's simply taking something away that's going to help benefit your sleep quality, which is going to help everything else you do. Habit number 3, set yourself 1 to 3 non-negotiables. Now, this is where you can add in some of that woo-woo. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, set yourself 1 to 3 non-negotiables. Literally write yourself a contract if you have to, sign that shit and stick to it. Now, of course, these don't have to be your typical small habits like journaling, making your bed, etc. Your non-negotiables should be a couple of key things that when done consistently over time, really push your life forward in the way you want it to go. So for example, if you're struggling to get in the best shape of your life and that's your main goal, your non-negotiables might look like this. Number 1, you train at the gym 4 times a week. Number 2, you track your macros every single day, or you follow your meal plan every single day and you allow yourself 1 free meal per week. That's literally all you need to do. Now make your non-negotiables doable, but the key is to not make them things you're already doing with ease. I've seen a few of my clients do this where they tend to lean towards things that they're pretty much already doing all the time, or at least 95% of the time, and that is going to be too easy. So for example, for myself, I have no fitness non-negotiables because I love training and I know that I'm going to be training every single week no matter what. Therefore, if I said to myself, oh, my first non-negotiable is I'm going to train 5 times a week in the gym, I'm already doing that. So my personal 2 non-negotiables are, number 1, do 3 hours of deep work every single morning. This is a 3-hour, no phone, no social media slot, where I do the most important tasks like client programming, client meal plans, making content, things like that. My second non-negotiable is going to be to wake up at the same time every single day. And for me, that's 5:30, 7 days a week. The reason that those are my 2 is because, well, the first one has helped me double my income over the last year because I personally struggle to focus. So having that deep work, no phone slot was an absolute game changer. Plus working from home, there's quite a lot of distractions. And my second one, I personally noticed the biggest shift in energy, mood, focus, productivity when I get up at the exact same time every single day, 7 days a week. Make sure that whatever you choose is actually going to help you progress forward in life, and it's not just going to be something minor like
my non-negotiables are make my bed every day.
Is that really going to help you get to the next level in your business, your relationships, your finances, your fitness goals? Probably not. So that's the last key. With your non-negotiables, make them things that are actually going to have the biggest difference in your life, and they're not just going to be mental masturbation, that are things that basically just make you feel like you're progressing and moving forward when you're not. Those are the 3 key things that actually really did help me change my life over the last 5 to 7 years, and I really wish someone had drilled these into me sooner. So I really hope that was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.